Welcome to Instagram Secrets Leaked: How to Grow Fast and Get Views on Instagram in 2025 and 2026 as a small business owner. If you have tried everything and still haven't seen success on your Instagram, it is because you have been looking in the wrong place for the wrong information. You have been taking courses from people for 199, 299 rupees, $3 to $4, and they are people who are focused on creating more and more coaches. They are usually not specialists of small business and have no experience of how to grow and run one. Secondly, most of them are about creating personal brands, whereas more and more small businesses are showing up on Instagram, growing very, very fast, even without their face. And you need advice from someone who knows how to grow pages even without their face, and this is what I'm here to tell you today. Look, growing a small business that sells products is very different from growing a small business that sells services, coaching, or consulting. And that is because they are generally about non-problem solving things. For example, clothing, art, home decor, interiors, craft work. These are things that people buy on emotion. They buy when they feel like buying something or when they have an event coming up. But it is not something like maybe a skincare product that you buy when you have acne and you want to solve something. Here in this video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on product that is bought on the basis of this emotion rather than on need. So let's get into it. Here are 5 points that you need to know to get your Instagram growing fast and your views up and running in 2025 and 2026. First and foremost, you need to have a clean and cohesive profile. Now, you might ask me, what does that mean and what do I do with a clean profile if I have no views at all? Well, here's what it is. A clean and cohesive profile simply means that your reel covers look a certain way. When people land on your profile, it feels like the same person or the same brand is speaking to them rather than 10 different agencies that were hired at different points of the growth journey. The fonts, the colors, the way of filming the products, what is actually visible on the reel cover should all have a consistent theme so that the page starts to look beautiful. And now coming to the second part of the question, why is a beautiful profile important when you don't have the views? Well, it's because when you actually follow the rest of the tips I'm about to give you to get your views up and running, the new viewers that come to your profile, also called profile visitors, will want to see a beautiful profile to hit follow. Otherwise, what you're going to have is that your professional dashboard is going to show 50k views in the last 30 days, but your actual followers have hardly grown by 30 or 40. And that is because the viewers who are coming to your profile are not hitting the follow button because they are not able to see the magic that they want to see. What are the 3 things that you can follow to get a clean and cohesive profile? First and foremost, choose your reel covers intentionally. Don't just let Instagram pick a reel cover from anywhere in the reel and put that on your feed. Instead, either upload a reel cover from your camera roll, or you can choose a specific reel cover from a section in the reel. Choose a part that is not blurry or in motion, but somewhere where your product or your model can be seen very, very clearly. If you have text within the reel that you want to show, maybe it's your hook, make sure that in the cover it's clearly visible and not getting cut off or not on a random word. We want the hook to be visible so that when your reel is shown to people on the explore page, they actually end up clicking on it. And when do people actually click on your reel in the explore page? Well, one is when they can actually see the hook clearly and that attracts them. For example, you're going to say pink and purple new sari suit for under 10,000 rupees. That is going to attract them and they will click on it. The second reason why someone clicks on a reel cover that is visible in the explore page is because of aesthetics. So you need to have one or both of them in order for people to find your page on the explore page and then click on it. The second thing that you can do is to avoid using direct Canva templates. If each time you want to make a new carousel or a new reel cover and you're going into Canva and typing quote template, you're typing in pricing design template or sales brochure template and just choosing whatever design is there, putting 1 or 2 of your pictures, not changing the fonts, not changing the colors, then it's just going to look like ad agency type content and not something that's really coming from a brand. You need to be very intentional about the colors that you choose, the fonts, and the overall look and feel of the page so that it's looking like it's coming from the same person. For example, when you go to a Zara, you're not likely going to see red and yellow walls, right? Everything is going to have this beautiful white aesthetic and the clothes are going to be displayed in very nice nice vase on the wall. But instead, if you go to Bata, for example, you know that you're going to be seeing red walls, red interiors with a touch of white, because those are the Bata colors. And that is also what you're going to see on their Instagram, as well as any other store, pop-up or exhibition that they ever do. That is what makes a brand recognizable in the long run, more premiumness for customers, helping you to charge more. And the third thing you can do to have a clean and cohesive profile is to not have too many popping stickers on the page. Instead, save the stickers from your Instagram stories to be in the stories itself, not on the actual page or in the reel covers. Those should only speak about your product and immediately tell people what to expect from your page if they hit follow. Now, the second thing that is going to help your views get up and running really fast is the use of hashtags and keywords. Now, you must have heard a lot of debate going on. Should you use hashtags or not? Should you use keywords or not? Where to put them? How? Look, I'm here to tell you that hashtags still work in my opinion. It's just that the way they work are different. Earlier, hashtags were actually used as a search term, but now they've become more as a way to categorize your content in folders. So suppose you use blue sari as a hashtag. Now, whenever someone is searching for blue sari on Instagram, your reel is going to show up over there. Now, whether it shows up in the first part or after a lot of scrolling simply depends on the number of views that your reel got, the engagement that it got, how active your account is, and on a few different factors. But regardless, be assured that your reel is going to show up when someone searches blue sari if you have used blue sari as a hashtag. And now coming to what is a keyword. So a keyword is very, very similar to a hashtag, except that it does not have the hash before it. And it is not clickable. It is simply plain text that is written in the caption of the reel. Now, your keyword can be written in brackets at the end of the reel. You can also weave it into the caption itself like in a natural sentence. So suppose you have a blue sari that you're displaying. The first line of your caption can actually be blue sari for my young girls, blue sari for my mom. So for example, the first line of your caption can be blue sari in pure silk, blue sari in pure silk from Bangalore. So now whenever someone searches blue sari with or without the hashtag, as long as you have the word blue sari somewhere in your caption, it is going to show up. And that is what is going to help you get growth in the long run whenever you are posting content on Instagram. I have actually given you examples of some content pieces here for you to see how many views they got, how many likes they got, whether or not they used hashtags, for you to get the proof that it doesn't matter how many you use or whether you use them or not. It's just more important that your actual content contains the word blue sari somewhere in the caption if that's what you're selling. Number 3 is do not overcomplicate hooks. If you are a product business that is selling emotion-based products, not need-based products, that means that your life is so easy when it comes to creating hooks. If you're selling a purple suit, you're simply going to be writing purple suit as the hook in the reel. You don't have to be writing things like this is the most beautiful purple suit that you have ever seen, or you won't believe what you're about to see next. Those are for influencer type accounts, those are for personal brand type accounts, but for a product based account that is selling non-need based, emotion based products, keep it very, very direct and you will surely be an Instagram winner in no time. It makes your life so easy because you hardly have to think what to write. You just have to see what product you have in front of you in the reel and go and write it as the hook. All you have to remember is to keep it either in the top or in the middle section. Don't keep it too much in the bottom, otherwise it will get hidden by Instagram's own text and icons. And try to use a contrasting background. So suppose you have white and black, it is the most classic, the most easily readable. Try to also keep it aesthetic fonts, so don't use those loud meme or diagonal fonts. Instead, use things that are more straightforward, more premium and classy looking. And again, it is going to help you get more views. Your hooks are what is going to attract the viewer to stay on the reel for at least 3 seconds. And this is all that Instagram wants from people, from content creators, from business owners. It just wants that whatever reel you create can hold your audience's attention for at least 3 seconds. And when you write the hook so simply on top of your reel, you will get the 3 seconds watch time in no time, and you will automatically start to see your reel views go up like this. The other kind of hook that you might have heard a lot of people talk about is a visual hook. They have these things where you're cutting a coconut and the water is splashing and suddenly the products are coming out. You don't need to use any visual hooks like that. In fact, if anything, those are passing trends and they are not really going to build your brand because everybody is using the same meme. Instead, create your own visual hooks. To explain to you simply what a visual hook is, it is just about creating motion at the start of the reel. Any kind of motion or dynamic activity. So for example, if you have a bunch of products, you're simply bringing it into the frame. Or maybe you have a nice box packing, you're simply getting the products out of the box. You don't need to dance, you don't need to be in the frame, you don't need to be visible at all or be using any of those cheap memes out there, because that is not what is going to build your brand or help you stay unique. But what will help you stay unique is your packaging. It is for people to actually see what your brand name is and be more recognizable, be more memorable. The fourth point to keep in mind is to really not force yourself to do talking reels or appear on the camera. You really don't need to. In fact, nowadays there are so many viral accounts, whether it's for clothing business or for bags or for shoes, where there is no model visible at all. Sometimes, yes, it can just be the hands, sometimes it can just be the feet, depending on what you're selling, and sometimes it can even just be the mannequin. And you're basically filming the mannequin from different angles. The reason why you don't necessarily need talking reels or to show your face on camera is simply because it's not for everyone. And if you are not confident, you're feeling underprepared, you're feeling conscious of yourself, you're only going to show those weaknesses on the camera, and then it's not going to look nice. Nobody's going to watch your content. It's going to look like too much effort and it's not going to look natural. On reels, we need to see confidence. And whether it's confidence in how you're filming, whether it's confidence through your face, whether it's confidence just in your walk and we're just seeing you from behind, whether it's confidence in how you are writing about the product, it just depends on what you are portraying in the reel confidently. Whatever are your weak parts, they stay at home and are not visible on camera. They are not visible to your audience. Everybody has weaknesses and they don't need to be shown to the world. But instead, if your strength is more in the set that you have created for your filming, show that. If your strength is in the product that you have curated or created and you are very proud of that, purely focus on showing that. With or without your face is up to you, but don't ruin your content just because you've heard that faceless content won't work and talking reels are an absolute must. No. Especially in niches where emotion-based reels are concerned, you absolutely don't need to show your face at all unless it's something you enjoy doing and feel like doing. There are so many reels here that I can show you. Hundreds and thousands of views, so many thousands and thousands of likes. There is no face visible there. Sometimes a voiceover is there and sometimes it is about an audio, just a trending audio that you choose, and that is it. The job is done. You don't need to put your energy into something that does not come naturally to you. And the fifth point is mix up your content. Don't just do reels or just do carousels. Nowadays, what's really working well with Instagram is when profiles are mixing content up. Up to 2024, it was really more about reels. Everybody wanted to see more of video content. Instagram was pushing video content more. But now more and more people have gotten a little bit back into reading and a bit back into scrolling for pictures, which actually comes into what is called your carousel posts. Carousels are nothing but photo albums, video albums, or text albums that you make that people can scroll all the way up to 20 slides. They are where you are stringing together pictures, videos, or a mix of both so that people can swipe it through at their own pace. There is no time limit, but there is a slide limit, meaning that you can go up to 20 for organic content and up to 10 for paid or sponsored ad related content. For product-based businesses that sell based on emotion, the types of carousels that really do well and go right out of the park, especially in terms of sales, are where you do multi-product carousels. These mean where you have maybe 4 or 5 products that you are putting on the front slide of your carousel, and in the forthcoming slides, in each of them, you are putting one of the products that you showed on the first slide. So suppose you have products A, B, C, D, and E on the first slide. On the second, you're showing product A. On the third slide, you're showing product B, and so on until product E. And on the last slide, you are giving what is called a call to action, meaning what do you want people to do? You want them to save that post for later reference? Okay, that's what you write on that end slide of the carousel. You want them to shop those products from your website or your WhatsApp, then your call to action should be according to that. You're going to be saying, shop these pieces from our website, link is in our bio. If you have set up some kind of automation, you will be writing, shop these pieces from our website, comment link for links. And then based on your automation, the links are going to go to your followers and audience straight into their DMs for them to buy. Carousels are very, very effective for boosting. They are extremely effective for running ads. So don't be scared of using them, and definitely mix them up with your reel strategy so that you have a really healthy and complete content plan, not just reels heavy and not just carousel or static heavy. That brings us to the end of our 5 Instagram secrets to grow fast and get views in 2025 and 2026. We have barely scratched the surface, and I will be teaching you a lot more stuff in my Insta Business Clinic weekend workshop that is happening on 1st and 2nd of November 2025. It is going to be there at a timing that suits audiences worldwide, no matter whether you're based in US, Canada, or India, Australia, or UK. I have given you more details right here as well as in the caption. You can join it right away. It is going to be a live workshop with me and with only 40 students so that I can give personalized attention to each one. The best part about this workshop is that there is going to be one live session extra where I will be auditing as many student profiles as possible and giving tips on how to improve the content with just small tweaks. The other best part is that it's going to be live, but no matter whether you attend live or not, I will be giving you replays with 1 year access so that you can go through everything at your pace. You will also be getting a very, very thick 70-page guidebook so that you are able to go through all of the workshop contents and apply it while having the papers sit by your desk like a simple exercise to follow. If you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel where I will help you grow fast on Instagram as well as get more sales.